there's been a lot of talk over the last few days about the Wolfpac UK Takeover Tour and the things surrounding what happened at these three events. Now, I attended the UK Takeover Tour event in Glasgow at Celtic Park at the Kerrydale Suite. If you don't believe me, here is my t-shirt I bought at the event, my ticket, the light is in the ticket, see, you can kind of see it, and my photo of me with the guys. Again, the light is a bit in here just now because it's a different light bulb, but anyway, that's proof that I've been there, because I've seen a lot of comments from people who didn't even go to the event. Now, as I said, I attended Glasgow one, I only attended the Glasgow one due to circumstances. Obviously I couldn't travel, to personal stuff anyway, I couldn't travel all the way to Manchester and London for the following night's tours, although of course it would have been fantastic if I could have. But to be honest, I want to give my thoughts on this UK Takeover Tour, and that'll be it. No comments on this video, nothing like that, no thumbs up or down, because I want to put my thoughts, my opinions on this, and that's it, my final say on things. And I've already responded to quite a few posts on the Facebook and tweets and so forth like that. Now, first of all, it was a great opportunity to meet these three legends. When this tour was announced on the Ministry of Slam Pro Wrestling radio show, I honestly thought, I'm not going to be able to afford to go to this. I've been made redundant a few months ago, still looking for work, and I'm having a little bit of problems with my money for my job seekers at the moment actually. So I thought, maybe I won't be able to afford to go. But luckily, due to family and that, paid a little bit towards kind of an early Christmas present, I was able to go. So anyway, I made my way to Glasgow with my brother to Celtic Park, the Kerrydale Suite. Now, it was fantastic meeting these three legends. Sean Maltman, a guy who, of course, I've followed since the start of his days with WWE. Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, the guys who I started following when they started with WCW, and I mean the very first time before they went to WWE. As the Diamond Stud, as Oz, the Master Blaster, whatever, Vinny Vegas even. It was fantastic to meet these guys. The original member of the New World Order, Scott Hall, because he, of course, was the first one to appear on television, lay the challenge down in WCW, and then, of course, Nash joined them the very next week, etc., etc. We all know the story. So it was fantastic. After meeting Diamond Dallas Page this past July, who was so so positive, like you can see on my video about the UK Wolfpac event in Glasgow video, Page, Diamond Dallas Page being so positive is a shoot. That is really how he is, because he was like, everything's brilliant. He was so positive. I was amazed how positive and everything that Diamond Dallas Page, obviously, had seen the videos, DDP yoga stuff. It was fantastic to meet these three legends. So to get a picture taken with them, that is part of the problem, to be honest. Some people have been complaining about getting charged for autographs and pictures. Now, if you're going to an event like that, obviously you pay the money, you get in, you meet these guys. Firstly, you do not need to pay for a picture or for autographs if you don't want one. Of course, part of the reason going there to meet the guys, get like kind of proof. That's why they do pictures and autographs. It's proof that you've met these guys. So you can say, "Oh, I met this guy." No, you haven't. Well, where's your proof? I've got my. You bring out your pictures, your autographs, etc., whatever. Now, some people have been complaining about being charged for such things. How the hell do you expect people, the talent like this, to be paid? Guys like this, and I've spoken to wrestling promoters informally a little bit, who have brought over huge names. It's expensive, especially the big names like Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, and Sean Waltman. They're really expensive to bring over, especially three guys like that, not just one guy or two guys, but for three guys, it's really expensive. So obviously, even having three events, the ticket price won't cover it. You've got to charge money for photographs, and to be honest, most of the time the talent will insist on you know, getting, obviously taking part, at least part of the money, or being charged for autographs and pictures, because some talents these days actually they'll come into a promotion for possibly a slightly lesser price, and then they make up the rest. They'll have an agreement that the talent, like say X-Pac, would get a percentage of the pictures and autograph money, to make up the difference. If a promoter just can't maybe just not afford them, then they'll come in for a slightly lesser price and then have a percentage of these autograph and picture sales. And to be honest, if you go to an event, you expect to get charged money for those things. Like I said, it's how the talent gets paid, and it's how promoters like that are supposed to make money, or at least try and cover their costs. Now, one of the major problems as well is some of the comments afterwards. To be honest, first of all, going to the event. The event itself was really good. There was a huge number there, which meant quite a big queue a couple of times for the photo shoot. There was a big queue. Luckily, me and my brother was actually there very early. I always insist on turning up these events really early. You can ask the local promoter about that. The wrestling promoters, when I've been to their events, I'm always there. In fact, I was the first in the queue. Me and my brother were first in the queue at the big event in August in the city centre of Dundee at the Bonner Hall. We were first in the queue for the main show. We ended up waiting around about 2 odd hours because we were so early before doors opened. But anyway, we were there. Obviously it meant long queues because there was loads of people there, but to be honest, that's one thing you cannot avoid. A lot of people, like big names like this, or a decent name like those guys, people will turn up, people will be there, so you might get caught in the queue. Actually, the signing I got kind of, because of the way it was winded around, I waited until the queue was down a bit, and then I was pretty much one of the last guys for the signing. But to us, I didn't mind, because in my mind, it's, if I was first, I take my, wherever you are in the queue, right, you have to allow your fellow wrestling fans those minute or two to get the stuff signed, to shake the wrestler's hand, because you wouldn't expect somebody, if you get to the front of the queue, right, sign, and then somebody push you out the way. No, that is just not good attitude. That's just not good behaviour. And to be honest, so obviously that's the queue. Now the guys had a lot to deal with that event because the main promoter, Chris Duke, took very seriously ill the day before the event. So it was left to the two remaining guys, Jamie and Andrew, to run this event. And I hope people have actually taken the time to read Chris Duke's official statement, which was released yesterday. I think you put it on the Ministry of Islam page, you put it on the UK TAKEOVER Facebook page. It was not that. He's like kind of the boss. I mean, there's the three of them that work together, but he's kind of like the boss because of the way the Ministry of Islam Pro Wrestling Radio Show was handed over. Because it used to be presented by Lee Tyers, Lawrence Case, and Martin Mathers. They kind of hung up their things due to personal reasons and moving on to jobs and so forth. So they handed over to Chris and Jamie and Andrew. Chris is the main guy. So him to take very suddenly ill, to be honest, I was concerned for him. Because I heard the news, of course, that he'd been taken seriously ill, rushed to the hospital, and that's never a good thing. Thankfully, he is starting his recovery, and placed out. Which meant it was left to two remaining guys, and they had a lot on their plate. Chris had a lot of high responsibilities. The two guys had their own responsibilities, but they had to take on Chris's responsibilities as well. And to be honest, as I said, I don't know. I was not at the Manchester or Glasgow shows, the Manchester or London shows. Even I was at the Glasgow show, so I don't know how they went. There was a lot of people complaining. To be honest, some of the comments, I understand. If you're really that upset by what happened, go for a refund. If you're, I said, I don't know. I mean, I think the Glasgow fans said I was at the end of the queue for a couple of times. I thought the Glasgow fans were treated okay. The prices, were a little bit dear, in my opinion. But that's because, like I said, I'm unemployed. I haven't got much money. I did think the price was a little bit too high. But to be honest, you're talking about three legends, so if I'd had more money, I probably would have spent it. To be honest, so I'm certainly not going to be looking for a refund. To be honest, because I really enjoyed going to Glasgow, meeting these three guys. I spent what I could afford. I had to keep money back for taxi to and from, and money to pay stuff that's coming out soon of my bank account. And no, so I'm not going to go for a refund because I thoroughly enjoyed it. Now to these comments, after, like I said, if you're really that upset, if you really feel that, you go for a refund. They'll handle them individually, so they'll send you you can send them a thing, and write out sincerely what your reasons for the refund are, why you think you should get a refund, etc. But that's between everybody else and whoever. I think it's Chris again, who shouldn't be really taking on these responsibilities, but it's been left to him, even during his starting his recovery, to do these things. If you want to go, like I said, if you thought it was so bad, go for a refund if you want. To be honest, some of the comments that I have seen, not about Chris, about Jamie, about Andrew, about the event, some of the comments sickened me, to be honest. Some of the comments, certainly, some of the comments that were posted towards Chris by some of the supposed wrestling fans, because they're not real fans if you act like that, make comments like that, aimed at Chris, were, like I said, sickened me. They absolutely sickened me, to the point I'm not going to repeat any of the comments that were made, because to be honest, a guy taken seriously like that, and you make comments like I have seen on Facebook, on Twitter, sicken me. I'm not going to give them the satisfaction of actually having these comments repeated on my YouTube channel. I just thought it was sickening. The comments, some of the comments made by some of the supposed fans that attended the shows. Like I said, I don't know. I've heard that it was slightly better in Manchester and better in London. I don't know. I wasn't at those two events. But to be honest, the language and the comments, certainly the comments towards Chris, some of them, was ridiculous. That is not. I mean, you're talking about somebody who took seriously ill, and you make those kind of comments. Comments again, I will not, due to the respect that I have, because I'm a regular listener to the Ministry of Slam Pro Wrestling radio show, and I met Chris, Andrew and Jamie a couple of times. Well, Jamie just the once, but Chris a couple of times. He's a really nice guy. To make those kinds of comments towards my friends sickened me. And you should be damn ashamed of yourself if you were one of the people who made those sorts of comments. The sickening comments, again, due to respect to Chris, to his family. I'm not going to repeat them, and to be honest, I wouldn't even sour my YouTube channel repeating those comments, because they sickened me, they disgusted me, and you should be ashamed of yourself if you made the comment. I cannot say that anymore. I cannot emphasize it anymore. Overall, I think it was a great event. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Like I said, I will not be going for a refund. I paid what I could afford. I paid the £30 per ticket. That gets you in to meet the guys. You want more, you have to pay for more. That's what some people seem to be on Facebook, etc. Also, so kind of looking for a freebie. Some of the comments that I've seen, a lot of them seem to be wanting to go in, and they'll go online if they get the refund, and say, oh haha, I went to this event, and oh look, I got a refund on all my money, so haha, I got it for free, haha. Well, you know what? If you're genuinely irked by what happened at any of those three events that you attended, go for a refund if it's genuine. If it's not, a lot of people want to go for it and go for a freebie. To be honest, I myself, I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed meeting Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, and Sean Waltman. I really do hope my friend Chris Duke gets well really soon. I think Andrew Downs and Jamie Kennedy did a fantastic job under really difficult circumstances. And to be honest, I don't know about any release date for the DVD, which will be quite a while. I'm not sure. We'll wait for updates on that. But I really enjoyed it. That's my opinion. And again, no comments or anything like that, because that is my opinion, and that is the end of it, at least for me.